So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So I always like to start with something like this. It's not meant to be a company commercial, certainly, but I think if you don't know us that well, it's important for you to be confident in who we are as a company and for your clients to be as well. So, one of our biggest competitive strengths, of course, is our brand recognition, name recognition, things like that. That helps when you're working with clients. Very secure, strong, stable. We got a dedicated team, very competitive, simplified issue product portfolio that we'll look at. Just a little blurb here. A lot of our name recognition, brand recognition, that is, again, this isn't us patting ourselves on the back, but it helps you, right? When you're doing in a home with a client or a prospect, or you're doing a virtual meeting, 9 times out of 10, they're going to know who we are. And a lot of it comes from our, Mutual of Omaha, Wild Kingdom show. And we also do a lot with golf sponsorships. Just real quick, again, just to give you confidence in who we are as a company, you can see our rating. Our ratings are from the 3 main rating agencies are very high. Dedicated team. So you've got a person like myself. It's a sales director. On the life side, I do everything can support you with everything related to life insurance, not just a simplified issue stuff that we're going to review today, but also our fully underwritten products. And by the way, I'll send this to you, Spencer, right? And then you can set this deck out and then you can send it out. I like this slide because it kind of shows like a 30,000 foot view of how comprehensive our product portfolio is. And again, this is our simplified issue product portfolio. And I'll stop there because with simplified issue, sometimes we refer to it as express, but simplified issue just means it's not fully underwritten. I have a slide that gets into it. It's not guaranteed issue either, but it's a very streamlined underwriting process. So you can see the products here are Index Universal Life product, our Term Life Express, Living Promise, which is our flagship, as I'm sure most of you know, our flagship final expense product, and then an accidental death product in a children's whole life. And we won't have, and then I always forget that this animation comes in there. And the key to simplified issue, though, I was just talking about, is it's quick. It's quick and painless, really, for your client and for you as well. So no exams or no labs, no blood, no paramed. And what that means is your clients get, prospects and clients get their coverage fast, and you get paid fast for the hard work you're doing out there. Again, another look at this, and we won't have time to go through all these products today, but at least give you a feel for what is out there. In the simplified issue space, and here you can see Express, it's synonymous with simplified issue. There's no other carrier that has this robust of a product offering. You got our children's whole life, our IUL Express product, which is an IUL product that is, offers simplified issue underwriting. We have 2 fully underwritten products as well. Our Term Life Express, again, our flagship final expense product, Living Promise, and our accidental death product. One of the things I want to point out, just looking at IUL Express and Term Life Express, at the younger issue ages, you can offer your client up to $300,000 of coverage with simplified, super smooth, streamlined, simplified issue underwriting. So I think that's a good story to tell. Just the main point being here that, we have such a broad product portfolio for you to help your clients with. And it's all available on our e-app, which, we still have paper applications, but 95% of everybody uses our e-app. And these 3 products here offer IUL Express, Term Life Express, and Living Promise offer instant decision. Sorry. Been talking a lot today. So another look at it again, for those of you that aren't familiar with what simplified issue underwriting is, here it is. The products where it's available, no blood, no paramed, no urine. Yes to quick issue, and yes to you folks getting paid fast for the hard work that you're doing. Again, simplified issue underwriting, automated underwriting with instant decision. We've got different quoting tools that are available. And again, if we have more time in the future, I can dive into more of this slide deck is actually 130 slides to begin with. I whittled it down to 50 or 60, but so if you ever want more in-depth or even individual training on any of this, I'm happy to do that for you and with you. So simplified issue product portfolio. So let's look at first at Spencer, you mentioned you guys do a fair amount of final expense. And, even though some of our products like our IUL Express product is our fastest growing product, it's just going gangbusters. We launched that about 2 years ago. This product, Living Promise, our final expense product, is by far still our leading product in terms of life insurance, in terms of life production. And so it's still, we're broadening the product portfolio. We're offering you and your clients more in terms of product, but in terms of, where our sweet spot is, it really remains with a final expense. And again, some of you are probably familiar with this. It's pretty straightforward, right? Living Promise is a whole life product, like a lot of final expense products. And, 2 different plan options. You've got your level benefit plan. You can see some of the specifics there. And then as well as your graded benefit plan. One of the questions I get often for perhaps somebody that's new to the business is, well, how do I decide which one I choose for my client? Well, you don't. And those of you that sold it know that. But it is decided whether you get the level or the graded by the underwriting process. So we have, in addition to a very competitive, one of the reasons this is a market leading product is that it is so competitively priced, which of course helps in the final expense marketplace. But we also offer additional riders. So it's not just a competitive base product, but you have an additional cost. You have an accidental death benefit rider, and you can see we offer that no cost rider as well. On some of our other products, we have even more riders, and hopefully we'll get a chance to kind of take a look at that. But again, the philosophy being, hey, you've got that competitively priced Living Promise whole life product, right? But then you offer, there's so many other things, or at least a couple other things that you can talk about with your client, that being the accelerated death benefit and the accidental death benefit. I mentioned that it's the decision as to whether a client gets the level plan or the graded benefit plan simply comes from the underwriting process. And this might be a little bit hard to see, but this is basically just a shot of some of the questions. So with a yes to any one of these questions, it's going to be a decline. That's just part, as you folks all know, that's just part of the life insurance business. Even in the simplified, again, this isn't guaranteed issue, this is simplified issue. So there's still that possibility for a decline. So any of these biggies you can see here, yes to any one of those, and it would be a decline. This next slide is where a graded benefit would be available for a yes to any one of the questions in this part 2. So a little bit further look. Well, this is sort of a redundant slide because it sort of tells the same story, and there could be some additional underwriting requirements that are needed. There's no shortage of marketing materials that we have available for not only Living Promise but all of our products, and that being available. Some of it is tailored for you, the individual writing producer and agent, and of course a lot of it also is client oriented. So a lot of good stuff. I know I'm moving quick, but I want to try to get through, at least, and you'll get this deck, this PowerPoint deck, and you'll be able to review it as well. But another product that we have in our portfolio that some of you may be very familiar with is our Term Life Express. Again, Express means simplified issue underwriting. So this is it's different than Living Promise, right? Because that's a whole life product. That's a final expense product that has a maximum death benefit of $40,000, which is totally usually more than enough, as you know, for a final expense sale. But what I want to highlight here, I kind of did on a previous slide. Here is, I'm not going to read through the slide, but you can see the different durations or the term periods available. And again, at that younger issue age, you can offer your clients up to $300,000 of coverage with this product, with simplified issue underwriting. And we even have a return of premium riders or options. They've sort of not gone away, but not many carriers have them anymore. Not only do we have the return of premium on our 30-year guarantee, we have it in the simplified issue, in the Term Life Express product. Again, little look here at the underwriting. It doesn't change much. Again, there is underwriting. It's just not full underwriting, so you're not going to need the blood, the urine, the paramed exams. And, that's just, again, I can't say enough about that. Now, you're going to have situations, right, where you have clients that need more at these younger ages. They need more than $300,000 of coverage. Well, we've got you covered there as well with our fully underwritten products. But then that's more of your traditional fully underwritten sale where, you get the paramed exam and the labs and all those things. The riders I mentioned, our philosophy, always having a competitively priced product, but also offering riders. And these are some of the cost riders that are available. So these riders are available at an additional cost. And we actually for those of you that know our Term Life Express or TLE, we're super excited that we now have added our living benefit riders. We added our living benefit riders as of the beginning of February to our Term Life Express 30-year ROP. That's a big competitive advantage for us and something that we just did a couple of months ago. What I like about TLE, Term Life Express, and by the way, this is identical to the same benefits your client would get with our IUL Express, but these are the no-cost benefits, which of course, self-explanatory, right? There's no additional cost for these riders. They're automatically included. All nice riders. I would say most definitely, and those of you that have written this product would probably agree, they are anchored by, the riders are anchored by our living benefit riders for terminal, chronic, and critical illness. It just adds so much to the product where if they become benefit eligible, for a terminal, chronic, or critical illness, they're able to receive a living benefit, in which it's an acceleration of the death benefit. But again, when you're talking to a client and prospect, it's just so much more for you to discuss with them in terms of what this product can do. Here's some, and I know I'm going through here fast, but here's a little bit more information on how they would become benefit eligible for each one of these conditions. And that's with the return of premium. The return of premium is, again, a really nice feature. What a lot of people don't know is at the end of that term period, you can, of course, have all the premiums returned and surrender the policy, or if for whatever reason there's still a coverage need, you can go with a reduced paid up and have the policy out to age 100. I'm just going to go through a couple of these if that's all right, because I do want to. These are just slides that kind of quantify some of the things. Looks like I got about 8 minutes left. So what I did want to do is spend a little, perhaps the remaining time, if that's okay, on our Index Universal Life Express product. Again, it's really the only product in the marketplace that is an IUL product with simplified issue underwriting. We have two fully underwritten IUL products, very competitive for larger face amounts, but this is a real competitive, differentiator for us. And it's our fastest growing product since we launched it. Still more living promise in terms of sales, but our IUL Express is really just going gangbusters. This might look familiar in terms of these issue ages and face amounts and everything, because it's identical to the Term Life Express. So the underwriting, all these things are identical to the Term Life Express. If you're familiar, we don't have time certainly today, but I would love to have an opportunity to come back and talk to you folks in more detail about this product. There is more to talk about with an IUL. Some people understandably are sort of scared away, but there's a lot I can do, I think, to help demystify, if it's new to you, to demystify this product. And I always say, hey, yeah, there's more to know. It's not a term product. It's not a whole life product. There's more to know. But there's more moving parts, but that's a good thing, not a bad thing. So the different indexing strategies and things like that. Same underwriting as Term Life Express. Again, same no cost riders that you have on our Term Life Express. Again, strongly, my opinion, that it's anchored by these living benefit riders. It's just so much more for you to discuss with your clients, and more ways for them to say yes instead of no, right? So, and then there's also some additional cost riders. And what it is, again, if you're brand new to IUL, it's a permanent life insurance solution. So it's not term. Whole life is permanent as well. The only whole life product we have is our final expense product, Living Promise, that goes up to 40,000. So if if you need a permanent product with higher death benefits, this is going to be an attractive product. Of course, it has we've talked about this, I've mentioned it, the simplified issue underwriting. And if you're not familiar and brand new to the business, perhaps, which is great, welcome. The index part, what that means is, in our case, we keep it very simple. We have one index that we use. It's the Standard & Poor's 500, which S&P 500. And the cash, what that means is the cash value grows, because this, unlike term, this has cash value, and it grows much bigger upside potential because the cash value is growing in step with the performance of the Standard & Poor's 500. And again, there's a lot more to talk about with that, but that's one of the biggest attractive features to this product. And again, I'd be happy to do a more in-depth presentation on this, because once people get comfortable with it, I mean, many of you probably already are, but once people get comfortable with it, it'll take off for you. A little bit of the target market, it's going to be, some of these are very self-explanatory, but I would say it's going to be someone that is a younger individual that wants to take advantage of the time to accumulate that cash and to have something that's a permanent plan versus a term plan. Again, the same living benefit riders that you saw on IUL Express are available. Won't get into that. Has the guaranteed insurability rider. This will be in the deck that I send to Spencer, and hoping he'll send out. These training videos are fantastic. So they're very well done. I'd be happy to do, again, a follow-up live, if you will, training on it. But we offer a tremendous amount of resources for you, if you're not familiar with IUL, to get familiar and comfortable with it. So a lot of good stuff there. And a couple of different things here in terms of additional training videos. And be happy to make those available to you. Again, no shortage of marketing materials available on this product or any of our other products. Again, I know I'm going fast. Automated underwriting. Again, if you're new to us or new to the business, this is basically our e-application process. And so you're not having, we still offer paper applications, and some people still use that. And it might be, I can see situations where if you're not virtual and you're in the home with a prospect and they don't have an internet connection, or it's weak, something like that, or Wi-Fi connection, we'll still take a paper application. But the automated underwriting is so much easier, as I'm sure you folks know, if you're doing virtual sales. It's just a great way to submit business to us, or really any carrier, and know that it's going to be in good order in a streamlined process. So what I think I'll do is, Spencer, because we're down to, I want to be respectful of the hard stop, which looks like it's coming up in 2 minutes. And I know, and I apologize that I went quickly. Oh, one other thing, and you will see, if you can see my cursor, these are live hyperlinks. So when you get this, if you're new to Mutual of Omaha, certainly on the life side, and you've never submitted a case with our e-app, they're very well done. These are training videos that walk you step by step through the process. So if I'm brand new to the business or brand new to the Mutual of Omaha and I'm using the e-app, I want to know what to expect. And these videos are well done. It walks you through step by step. So like I said, now, Spencer, I'll kick it back over to you just to see if there's anything you wanted to say, or of course, in the minute remaining, if there are any questions. Again, I know I hit that pretty quick, but wanted to try to.
Mostly, David, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and speaking with us. We absolutely will reschedule with you.
Okay.
A little bit more time and
yeah.
talking those IUL products. because without a doubt, that's a great product that you have.
Yep.
We will reach out via email and set up
Great.
a time, maybe as soon as next week, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, just let me know and I'll get you guys back on the calendar. And Spencer, I'll go ahead and send this deck to you.
Perfect. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much
Okay.
for your time, David.
Yeah, thank you. You guys have a good rest of your day.
All right,
Okay.
you too.
Bye-bye.
Agents, the rest of you guys, I'll see you on the next webinar with Prosperity.